Hey everyone, it's Chris Wilson from Marketing During Tough Times and Chris Wilson Coaching. Thanks for stopping by. It's Monday, and Monday is always motivation day. And in previous videos, I've talked about things like grit and self-motivation and keeping things going, even when things look bleak. And today I'm going to tell you a success story about a group of people that I work with that showed great grit, determination, and self-motivation. So in addition to owning a performing arts school and being a business coach, I work as a professional guitarist, and I play in bands. And COVID was very difficult on the band industry. So there were no venues to perform at, right? There's no clubs, there's no concerts anywhere. So that put that out of, off the table. We weren't gonna be doing that. Bands couldn't rehearse because we had, limitations on social distancing and how many people could get together, and people really panicked about being in the same room with other people. So rehearsals were off the table. So bands just started disintegrating. People left the industry, people moved, people ran out of money and started selling their equipment to pay their bills. It was a very difficult time. And so in November of 2020, the phone rings, and it was a guy named Mike calling me up and asking me if I would audition and possibly join his band. He was trying to hold his band together. They had not rehearsed in a long time, but they had been successful before. And so I ended up joining this band, and miraculously, this guy just held the band together. We would get together with just a couple of people and rehearse. We would get together over Skype and have, or Zoom, and have listening parties and talk about music. And this guy, who's actually a small business owner as well and a successful small business person, had the grit and determination to hold this band together. This band doesn't make a lot of money. They're not really successful, but it was pure just passion and drive to keep this going. He refused to give up. And so over the course of time, some of us became vaccinated, and it became safer for us to get together. And we, at that point, had learned over 3 hours worth of music. So when things opened up in March, we were ready to go. You needed a band to come in and do 3 50-minute sets, about 3 hours of music. We were ready to go. Now, our first show was a little uneven. All of us, as a group of 8-piece band, had never performed a concert all together. We had all performed live, but as a group, we had never played. But we just kept at it. We rehearsed every Wednesday night. We did a show in March. We did 2 shows in April. We did some more shows in May. By the time June rolls around, the band is slamming. We are good. And there's a great video on Facebook of one of our big shows, a big festival, and it's just a torrential downpour. We're in a tent, but it is like lightning and thunder, and I mean rain like you can't, see 20 yards in front of your face because there's so much rain. And we just looked at each other and said, well, this isn't going to stop us. It's rain. We put plastic over the electrical stuff so we didn't get injured, and we just went out and played the best show we ever played. We were ready to go. We had been through so much. It wasn't going to stop us. A little rain wasn't going to stop us. The audience loved us. The sound people were like, wow, you guys sound amazing. Now, there was no reason for this band to stay together. There was no reason for us to keep things going. And yet we did. And it was just that pure self-motivation. I think I did a video on that a few weeks ago. Pure grit of saying, no matter what, I'm going to keep this band going, and the band is going to happen. And for us, it paid off. The big payoff is, in addition to sounding great, agents started performing us. For those of you who don't know, agents are people who book shows. So the agent calls up all the clubs and books shows. So 2 agents approached us and said, hey, we want to represent you. We have all these shows we want to do. One of the agents went so far as to say, look, I have this giant showcase coming where all the vendors come to book concerts for all the community concert series, and we want you guys to be showcased at that. We're going to present you as one of the bands. They had never had this opportunity before. So we're looking at 2022 as, having, maybe 100 shows booked at high profile places around the Chicago area. And that wouldn't have happened if our band leader, Mike, didn't have incredible grit and incredible self-motivation to keep this band together. So it's a great story of people just doing things not for money, because the band doesn't make a lot of money, but just the passion and the drive to keep this going. So I hope you like that. If you're in a position where things are difficult, don't quit. Don't give up. Because if you keep working on things, I think things will pull through. So if you like today's show, be sure and join my Small Business Startup Club. The links are below for that. You can also be sure and follow this page on Facebook or on YouTube if you're watching on that. All right, so that's all for today. Thanks. Bye.